Good afternoon and welcome to the special called appeal hearing for a historic preservation matter. This is a continuation of the same matter that the board convened with a few weeks ago. I'm going to turn things over to our county attorney, Bill Rowland, to help walk us through today's process.
Thank you, excuse me. Thank you, Chairwoman. And of course, at the last time, at the conclusion of the hearing, because we had one commissioner who was ill and was not able to be present, and we had another one who had a prior engagement that had to leave. That was part of the reasons why we continued it until give them an opportunity to be able to review it.
And I would like to comment that as one of the commissioners that was not present, I did watch the hearing virtually.
All right, very good. Yes, Commissioner Burrow.
And I was the commissioner that had to leave early, and I did finish reviewing the entire hearing.
Okay.
Excellent. Then all commissioners should be up to speed.
All commissioners are up to speed, and at the conclusion of the last hearing, we finished the hearing, submitted the record. It's all before the hearing board at this point in time. Mr. Schwartz did inquire of me at the last hearing, since there was not going to be any additional information or anything else presented, whether he had to be here or not, and we informed him that he wasn't. And I've checked with the people that he represents, and they said that he was not going to be here. That shouldn't be any reflection upon him not being here. That was per the instructions and what was happening today. With that, the case is right before the board.
Thank you. This matter evolved in District 4, so I'm going to turn things over to our District 4 commissioner. But if you can just help us and walk through the specific decisions that need to be made as you did the last hearing.
Okay.
Or at least what our options are for dispositioning the matter.
Certainly, Chairwoman. The appeal before you is whether the Historic Preservation abused its discretion in making the decisions regarding the application. And so if the board found that there was an abuse of discretion, you would grant the appeal and then send it back down to the Historic Preservation Commission for them to reconsider it at that point in time. Or you could, the board is welcome to make a determination that there is not an abuse of discretion and there is no need to either alter or render the order from the the decision from the Historic Preservation Commission to be altered or amended. It's up to the board to make that decision, but based upon the abuse of discretion standard.
Okay, so we can either find that it did abuse its discretion, it did not abuse its discretion, or we can alter their outcome.
Correct.
Okay, very good. All right, with that, Commissioner Sheffield.
So, Bill, at this stage, since everything has been heard and the commissioners have been brought up to speed at this stage, I can just render the motion?
Sure.
Is that it? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. And here's my motion. Well, I'll start with a few comments first. To Madam Chairwoman and my fellow board commissioners, the board having taken this appeal under advisement since the hearing in May, we have all reviewed the record before us, which includes the staff analysis and the application for the certificate of appropriateness submitted by Mr. Davidson for the construction of a new single-family home. We have reviewed the appeal hearing before this board, the record which includes the briefs and related materials submitted by the parties, including the applicant. Upon appeal, the question before this Board of Commissioners is whether the Historic Preservation Commission abused its discretion in reaching its decision. An abuse of discretion is found when a decision is made with no evidence to support the decision and contrary to the law and equity. The Historic Preservation Commission relied on the evidence presented and the Davidson application materials to properly reach its decision. The staff report specifically analyzed any effects the proposed new construction will have upon the adjacent historic dwellings and structures. Davidson's application was complete and abundantly thorough. The county code provides clear guidance and direction. It is not an abuse of discretion based on the evidence before it to approve this certificate of appropriateness for the new construction on the vacant parcel. The decision of the Historic Preservation Commission is supported by evidence and is in conformance with the law and equity. And with that, Madam Chair, therefore, I move that the decision of the Historic Preservation Commission be upheld and the approval of the Davidson Certificate of Appropriateness stands. And I ask the county attorney to prepare an order consistent with this motion and hearing record, and said order to be submitted to the chair for her signature and filing with the clerk of the court, the county clerk, no later than June 30th, 2022.
Thank
That
you.
concludes my motion.
Thank you, Commissioner. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All right, we'll call the question. The motion passes 5-0. With that, I believe,
That's it.
okay, that concludes our hearing. Thank you for joining us today.